Hi, I'm Erik Voss, and Captain Marvel's new trailer opened up some very interesting questions about this movie's plot. At the top of this list, is everyone who they say they are? The stuff from Captain Marvel that we've seen so far is focused largely on this whole idea of memories. Fractured memories, potentially false implanted memories. With this movie's apparent villains, the alien race, the Skrull, having the power of shape-shifting. Literally, they can pose as good guys in plain sight, like sweet old ladies on trains, or a high-ranking agent in S.H.I.E.L.D. like Talos. This recent trailer opened with a very bold declaration.
So, Skrulls are the bad guys.
But is that totally true? Could it be a misdirection? Well, I'm gonna dig into this question, and spoiler warning in case any of my theories end up being right. Okay, while rewatching the recent Captain Marvel trailer for my in-depth breakdown, which you should definitely check out if you haven't already, the first red flag that caught my attention was the definitive line in the sand that Carol Danvers, returned to Earth after her time super soldiering for the Kree Empire, draws between the warring alien races.
A race of noble warriors.
Heroes. Noble warrior heroes.
Smirk! Her confidence in absolutism should be alarming to you. Like rule number one for superheroes when someone calls you a hero. I'm not the hero. Firefighters and the EMTs running around, they're the real heroes. And later in the trailer, there was the tone with which Annette Bening's character, some Kree leader, explains to Carol how she came to join their empire.
We found you with no memory. We made you one of us. So you could live longer, stronger, superior.
Okay, another good rule to live by. Never refer to your own kind as superior. Just get that thought out of your head. You're not. And if someone proudly tells you, we're superior, and you're one of us, turn around and run. There's already been some speculation that Jude Law is still not officially named Kree Star Commander character, is actually the Kree villain from the Marvel Comics, Yon-Rogg. It's actually a Funko Pop Yon-Rogg that some say kind of looks like Jude Law, because Jude Law is of course 3 inches tall and plastic. In my breakdown, you can see all the evidence that I laid out for Carol's memories of her super-powered origin actually being false memories, implanted in her mind by the Kree, perhaps to brainwash her into a Skrull-killing super soldier fighting for the Kree Empire. All of this stuff leads me to predict that the Kree are probably not the noble warrior heroes that Carol so bluntly brags about to Nick Fury. It's just such a narrow-minded absolute that the movie's gonna have to overturn if we want Captain Marvel to be a hero whom we relate with. The Kree is a militaristic empire who will do anything to wipe out their enemies, the Skrull. In the Galactic Storm comics, the Kree have a reputation for being super extreme. The Kree's supreme intelligence actually commits genocide upon their own Kree race, all in order to force the survivors to evolve and break past their genetic stagnation. There's gotta be a better way for that. Now, in the comics, the Skrull are pretty evil too. They're usually depicted as even worse than the Kree, due to the way their shape-shifting abilities manifest into deception. Like in the Secret Invasion storyline of the Marvel Comics, we learn that for years, the Skrull have actually infiltrated the ranks of human society, including the Avengers. Everyone loses it. Now, this Captain Marvel movie appears to be hinting at the villainous Secret Invasion by the Skrull as well. Like Ben Mendelsohn is playing Talos, a Skrull leader who has posed as a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, and Mendelsohn has only really played villains. Ready Player One, Rogue One, The Dark Knight Rises, that Netflix series Bloodline. It's really his thing. He's great at it. In this recent trailer, we actually hear Talos speak.
Would you like to know what you really are?
Would you like to know? Yeah, unlike me, Mendelsohn actually is Australian. But really, this is the first time I can remember him using his native accent in a major role. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I'm wondering if the reason is because this Captain Marvel movie wants something deeper than the stagey theatrical baddies that Mendelsohn normally plays. A more nuanced role requiring Mendelsohn to tap into his more natural humanity. Whether or not you agree about the accent, I get it, it could be stretching it. I think this trailer is hiding some clues about the Skrull's true agenda. Like there's that one shot with Carol upside down, temples getting zapped, with the Skrull appearing beside her in the wide frame. Are the Skrull torturing her? Well, she doesn't really appear to be in much pain here. Maybe they're extracting memory fragments from her to help her piece together her past, which is her main goal in this movie. Also, there was that shot that I pointed out in the breakdown, Carol's crash site memory where she sees a figure approaching her through the smoke. One shot reveals the figure to be a Skrull, but a different angle of this moment from earlier in the trailer, from outside Carol's point of view, shows someone wearing green Kree armor. Does this mean the Kree intelligence implanted a false memory into went to Carol's mind to turn this Kree soldier that she saw into a villainous Skrull attacking her so that she'd be brainwashed into thinking all Skrull are murderers and then be a more effective killing machine against Skrulls. Maybe. We should also say that this doesn't mean the Skrull are all innocent victims. Like they're a war-hungry empire just like the Kree are. But rather than drink this Kool-Aid of one side being noble warrior heroes and the other side being absolute bad guys, we should be open to the Skrull having different intentions. Like if it all just ends up being that the Skrull invaded Earth's government agencies to destabilize and take over them, fine, but didn't we already see a version of that with Hydra and Captain America Winter Soldier? It's been done in the MCU just a couple years ago. So imagine alternate Skrull objectives. Like what if their goal was to simply infiltrate the ranks of S.H.I.E.L.D. and other security forces to better protect Earth from a Kree invasion? Like rather than an evil network of terrorists, they could just be rebel freedom fighters hiding in plain sight, trying to make the universe a better place. You know, in pop culture we have seen another conspiracy that crept its way into government positions to manipulate innocent pawns in a chess game against a noble empire. Yeah, the KGB spies of the Americans. Just kidding. Kind of. Of course, I'm referring to the Rebel Alliance of Star Wars. Remember, Bail Organa was one of many who had to play both sides in public, an independent senator who secretly supported a terrorist network. Talos could be a similar figure, a clandestine agent in a powerful government position, working hard to keep the dangerous Empire and its Imperial stormtroopers far away from here. In this case, one of those stormtroopers, in fact the best of them, happens to break away and rediscover her humanity. Hey, this kind of like Finn. It's all connected. I'm just saying, do not be surprised if Captain Marvel features a twist where the Skrulls suddenly look more like the noble warrior heroes of this conflict. Ultimately, it appears that Captain Marvel has no interest in fighting for either side of this war. Like she just wants to end it. Like I could see both sides having committed war crimes and atrocities that Carol objects to, so she's like, you both suck. Stay away from my planet. Boom, 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 boom. But my question for you is, which character do you think will be the most evil villain of this Captain Marvel movie? Talos, Jude Law's character, Annette Bening's character, Ronan, that cat? Actually got another video about that in the works. Comment down below with your thoughts, and then follow New Rockstars on Twitter at New Rockstars, and me on Twitter and Instagram at Erik Voss. And subscribe to New Rockstars for more deep theories about Marvel, the Avengers, Star Wars, all kinds of details that you're gonna wanna know about. Nailed it!